Hey, this is Mr. Molo for the 3.1 through 3.3 review. So this is the review, and it might look a little different on your end. For some reason, when I made it from a Microsoft Word doc to a PDF, it kind of messed it up. So some of yours, the numbers are cut off, or the table looks weird. So hopefully it kind of looks like this, but I'm going to do a couple of these problems, usually like one of each kind of problem. So not quite half, but probably a quarter of them for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are all the same kind of question. It's just asking if it is a function. And remember, something is a function if the x's don't repeat. So prime example is number 2. My x's are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So none of those numbers repeat. So I would just write down next to it, yes, this is a function. None of them are repeating. All right. And then if we look at number 5, 5 asks for the domain and range of the numbers there. Okay, so remember, domain are all my possible x's. So I'm just going to go from the left side to the right side. So I see an x right there at -3. I see an x right there at -1. Kind of a tricky one there at 0. I missed that the first time I looked at this problem. And then we got one right there at 1. And we got another one there at 3. And then range, remember all the possible y's. So it doesn't look like I have any negative y's. I got one at 2 there. I got one at 0. I have one at 3. Then it looks like I have another one at 2, so I'm not going to write that again. It looks like I have another one at 0, and I'm not going to write that again. So if it really bothers you that it's out of order, you can rewrite 0, 1, or 0, 2, 3. Otherwise, it's going to be good. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, all are asking if it's linear. So 7 and 8 hopefully are a little easier because they're already graphed for you. On a table, though, like at number 9, we can tell if it's linear if it has a constant pattern for the x's and the y's. It doesn't have to be the same pattern. It just has to be constant for all the x's and constant for all the y's. So if I look at my x's, I go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. So that is constant every time I'm adding 1. If I look at my y's, I go from 3 to 5 to 7 to 9. And that is also constant every time I'm adding 2. So this one is going to be linear on number 9. All right, now we're going to look at number 14 and 16. Okay, so there are a couple things that make something linear and nonlinear. So if you remember, hopefully it's in your notes somewhere. If it has like an x squared, not going to be linear. If it has a square root of x, not going to be linear. Absolute value of x, not going to be linear. X times y, or x divided by y. So any of those 5 things makes it nonlinear. So if I look here at 14, they have a square root of x in the problem, so that's going to make it nonlinear. If I look at 16, 9 minus x, doesn't have anything weird in there, so 16 is going to be linear. All right. And then if I look at 19 and 20, oops. So 19 wants us to find the domain, not the range, so just the domain, and decide whether it's discrete or continuous. So remember, discrete are going to be these dots here. Continuous is going to be the straight line. So 19 is discrete. It has those dots there. And we're just looking for the domain, so only the possible x's, which it looks like there's a dot at 4. There's another dot at 8. And there's another dot at 12. So it doesn't ask for the ranges, just the x's there. And then if you look at the last couple, these are the ones that are opposite. Okay, so if I look at like 21, it gives me 3 values for x, so I'm going to have 3 different answers here, and I'm going to put those numbers in place of the x. So like for the first one, instead of x minus 3, I'm going to do -2 minus 3, and -2 minus 3 is -5. Second one it wants me to put in is 0, so 0 minus 3 is -3. And then the last one it wants me to put in is a 5. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So 21, 22, and 23 are all like that. They're going to give you those 3 numbers. They want you to plug it in for the x. 24, on the other hand, it doesn't give us what x is. It gives us what f of x is. So I'm not going to put that -24 next to the 6. I'm going to put it on the other side of the equal sign where it says f of x. So instead of f of x equals 6x, I'm going to put -24 equals 6x. And now I have to solve for x. So that says 6 times x, so I'm going to divide both sides by 6. -24 divided by 6 is -4. And then 6 divided by 6 is 1, so they cancel out. And I'm just left with -4 equals x. All right, hopefully that helps with the rest of the review. Good luck.